the key for us is the art of coaching is really teaching you that there are many ways to skin a cat. And if anybody tells you there's only one way to coach, he or she in 2 months will tell you there's another way to coach. All of us are eccentric in the sense that we're different, but we're eclectic because we learn from a lot of different coaches. All of us have been mentored by people. All of us have seen how things are done in a different way. So, as Pat said, this is an opportunity during the day. Anytime you can go up and ask any clinician individually questions. Tonight at the social, questions. At the end of the day today, we're going to have like an open gym where the clinicians will be in different parts of the gym. You can go up to them. You can come play volleyball, see the sponsors, do a lot of different things. So we challenge you in a clinic of this nature to learn 10 new things or reinforce 10 other things that you may have that you may all of a sudden say, hey, they do the same things we do. And, you know, Russ and John and I have been friends for a long time, 35 and 41 years, that's a long time. And yet you can't take two great coaches like John and Russ that have won 5 and 4 national championships and have different styles of coaching. And same thing with Ann and Matt, and everybody does things a different way. So that's what the art of coaching is about. We ask you to, hey, keep asking us questions. You can get a hold of us via the internet site, The Art of Coaching, and go on that site. It's going to be updated all the time with different things as we build this entire concept of the art of coaching. But that's what it's about. All right?
How you doing? Ooh, that's loud. We couldn't hear a thing that was being said, so at the risk of not being repetitive, I think, you know, the whole idea of the clinics were for us to get together and spend time going around talking about volleyball with people. I always kind of start with a disclaimer by saying, don't necessarily do what I do or say what I say, because you may lose your job doing that. So I always tell people that. There's always somebody saying, yeah, I'm a lot more similar to John. I'm a lot more similar to Terry. Very few people are ever similar to me. So I think the key is, as Terry identified, if you have questions and things, just ask. You know, if it's better to pose them one-on-one, that's fine. You know, whether or not you always get the answer you like, I think it's a great opportunity to talk volleyball, have some fun, and we hope that you feel the same way about those things. So I'll pass on to John at this point. Thanks.
Good morning. My name's John, and I like coming to these clinics. For me, it's what greater chance to have conversation with Terry and Russ, a 3-time Olympic coach, a coach who's had the only dynasty really in the history of women's volleyball, won 4 years in a row and hundreds of matches in a row, at least it seemed that way. And to get together every 3 or 4 or 5 times a year and talk volleyball, which is what my passion is. I love talking volleyball and I love talking coaching. And the art of coaching, the name for me is what kind of says what this is for us, what we're trying to do is we have a lot of science we use, but it is about an art. It is about applying things in a way that works for you and your personality. And I don't believe too much in the cookbook approach to anything beyond a certain point. I think if there's something that can help you get started, get things going. I wish I had had that when I started out as a coach. I didn't. Now I think you can find things like that and they're wonderful. And then at some point you go beyond that. It's like cooking. You need recipes and then you create recipes. And so my goal is is to learn from the people who are here, from Ann and Matt and Russ and Terry and you, and get a new way to think about some things, because you probably shouldn't take a lot of the things that we do with the athletes we have and apply it to what you do in your gym directly.